Hi, Catherine.
I'm gonna leave my camera on. Hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, and you.
Let me see if I'm doing recording.
I think you've frozen.
Oh, am I?
Oh, no, there you're back.
Okay, great.
It
Yeah, we see.
feels like the internet is taking strain.
Yeah,
I think everyone is on it.
everyone is on it, and it's very weak here because it's Irish stone
Yeah.
houses, and plus everyone is on it. So we'll see how
Yeah.
this goes.
I can't get onto Facebook. It
Really?
keeps like it's just not it's not available. I think there's just so many people trying to get on.
Yeah.
And my signal's also not strong, so oh well.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, because I went on to try and find um, that video that you put. I actually just couldn't get on. So
It's still uploading. It takes time. It's not public yet. Can you hear me, Catherine? We might need to
yeah,
do.
I can.
Well, it's a huge delay. We could do this without video.
Yeah, we might need to just try that, I think.
Yeah,
Should I turn off?
yeah.
See.
So we can see if.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I turn off mine too, right?
Yeah, we can just try and see if that works.
There we go. Yeah, we'll try this.
Messenger audio.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cindy. Okay. Someone was trying to
Yeah.
call on the other line. So you just have a little bit of
Ah,
time,
yeah.
like 15 minutes now, or?
Actually until 6:30.
Okay. Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, did you have like a specific thought or like situation where you wanted to explore this? Your brother's or your past was made in anger?
I mean what I found from your video, it just felt like it was like a samurai, just kind of cut straight through to everything, and I thought it was very powerful. And I have an idea, that the world was made in anger and out of this desire for specialness, but I don't know it fully. And the reason that I'm interested, I mean, besides understanding the metaphysics, more deeply, but it's really because I've recently come out of a relationship, and the relationship was used for healing, and of course it brought up all the specialness, that needed to be forgiven, and it still seems to be coming up, and it just seems like this desire for specialness is so deep, and it's so sneaky.
Yeah.
It's like I really struggle to trust myself, even when I pray and ask. I feel like I'm getting better, if ever I feel like a push, I know that that's me getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But just really understanding kind of like the origins of the specialness,
Mm-hmm.
is what I thought could be helpful, in recognizing it more quickly,
Mm-hmm.
when it sneaks in,
Yeah.
so that I can let it go. Yeah. So that's
Mm.
my current situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's more about the specialness than this idea of, I mean, they are related, of course. The past was made in anger.
Yes.
It's like the same
And
thing.
I mean, the anger is related to, the anger is definitely there as well, because there's a grievance that goes with this, like, why can't we rebuild the relationship, So there's a grievance against my ex-partner, and also, to God, I do see that this relationship is really, desiring specialness. But I just kept telling myself that this is my pathway for healing. This is what I need. I need a holy relationship, and only then will I be able to awaken. And I kept trying to bring the truth into the illusion, like justifying this underlying desire for specialness. Yeah. And so I was getting like really like angry, and then self-pitying, like why can't I just have this,
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels like it's getting better, but it's still not gone. And I'd actually rather just have it gone, because it takes up so much headspace.
Yeah.
It's very distracting,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's the work. And it's not like a holy relationship just appears on our doorstep, but it's also not like something we work on in the sense, I mean, when we do our healing with our own mind, that's how we approach a holy relationship. It's not like, because some people say they want to make their relationship holy, like they are in a relationship and it feels like a special relationship, and they want to transform that relationship into a holy relationship. But that is specialness because they want it with that person, and that's already specialness there. And the holiness comes when we're able to let go and free the other one, give them over to the Holy Spirit. And whether the relationship stays in form or not, that's, that is actually secondary to the process. But with specialness, the goal is usually to keep somebody or keep a relationship, because it's our own specialness that is like ruling then. So, I mean, but then the question is like, okay, it could be guided to stay together or to be with somebody in a relationship if it is based in a healing if the purpose is for healing and forgiveness, and if both are really having that goal, then of course it can be guided, and if both want it. But if one party doesn't want it, then, I mean, that can be really intense. I've gone through those things myself when I so felt it, that, this would be such a helpful relationship, but the other one didn't want it.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I am. That's
And
because it's, he's the most spiritually aware partner that I've ever had, and so he really is open to me sharing all of my insights and like the healing and the miracles, and that just feels really good. And I wanted to continue, as a romantic relationship, because I'm just really struggling with this idea of friendship, because I don't want to be friends, and then I keep reading meaning into the relationship, because he wants to be friends. I'd rather just kind of walk away, because it feels like that might be easier to just, cut ties, but he wants to remain friends, and it just feels like it just feels like it's a big distraction, because I keep going into, what does this mean? Now, are we going to get back together? How, is it just a matter of time? And it's a bit of mental gymnastics for me.
Yeah. And is he that spiritually open that he's open to talk about anything, like to explore the layers in his mind as to why he doesn't want to be in a relationship, or like in a deep way?
You see, that's the thing. No, he's on a spiritual journey, absolutely, and he does look at himself, but not to the extent that the Course is talking about. He's just not ready or willing to actually take back everything to his mind. So there's certain things that he does, but then there are other things where he genuinely believes that he is upset because of something outside of himself. And in fact, it's very logical and reasonable for him to make that assumption. And it was difficult, because I would keep saying to him, it's not about that, there's something deeper going on, and he wasn't willing to look at the beliefs.
So
but maybe it's not something that I've actually asked him, to be honest.
Well, it sounds like for you then, because you can't, love goes where it's invited, and joining can only be where you're invited. So that sounds more like your process of letting go, handing over, because it sounds like you're ready for a relationship, and just to be open for one to come in, that where you can share and join deeply. And
Yes. Yeah, I want that so much, because there is a part of me that, where the specialness is still lingering, but there is really a part that just absolutely wants to be completely vulnerable and to use the relationship for forgiveness. Because I see, wow, that a relationship really brings up stuff that you had no idea was there. So it's pretty intense, but it's such a speed up with the healing, because I was willing to look at it, and it literally feels like the 9 months that we were together was like 9 lifetimes. It's like I just actually cannot believe everything that came up, and still comes up, for healing. So, and I just feel like that would be amazing, to actually go through that with someone where there's that trust and safety and like deepening,
Yeah, and it is. I mean, so, I mean, it sounds like you just need to be very patient right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's a part of me that had all this fear, that I would, never experience that. Because I have such a deep unworthiness when it comes to relationships, like on a very, very deep level. And just that I'm not worthy, and like no one would ever want to really, be with the real me. And I think that's what happened in this relationship. I was completely myself.
Yeah.
And, we started off with healing, and he basically, there was something that happened where I was completely authentic and honest about his mom, something which happened, which I found, difficult. And he totally just judged me for it. And it was really tough, because it was like he never forgave me. So I just felt like I exposed myself, and then I was like condemned for being true, so it was yeah.
Wow. Is he open to talk with you more about that, to express more what he really feels there? Or
yeah, what was good is that at the when we actually broke up, we then started communicating about all the things that were left unresolved, which was good. And he just it's not that he didn't want to forgive me, he just couldn't. He just wasn't in a position to let it go. And it was only when I shared with him that I saw what my part was, and like I had this deep sincerity, only then was he able to like see me as innocent. Although I don't know if he fully does, to be honest. I still think that there is residue, resentment, and
so
guilt
maybe
there.
This is your own opportunity to see yourself as innocent, and to work on really handing over this issue, because it seems, I think it's probably really connected to you were expressing the feeling that nobody would love you, or you're not worthy to be in a relationship. And I think maybe these feelings that you made as mistake, or you said something that that he couldn't handle, or maybe that is like a deeper unworthiness in you. But it could also be, like you say, his immaturity or his unreadiness. It's just something and maybe also the very issue that you had expressed about his mom is maybe also an area for forgiveness for you that would be helpful to work with deeper in your mind.
I did. It was so deep. It was just I had such a very, very deep experience with it. Where very, very briefly, she needed to come and stay with us because she didn't have anywhere to stay. And I'd literally just moved in that day, and she was then supposed to be coming within the next couple of weeks. And he asked me how I felt about it, and I said, this does not feel good at all. And it was just really, really difficult for me. It brought up a lot, having the specialness threatened, by this third party. And I thought that I was really justified at the time. And, I kind of used the principles of, no private thoughts and no people pleasing in a way to justify and defend the specialness, you know, but I couldn't see it at the time. I really thought that I was being authentic and, you know, and then she got really sick and she was on her deathbed. And I literally just completely broke down because he had just broken up with me and she was now dying. And I just had this experience where, like, the Spirit just showed me, like, revealed all of this to me, that actually it was just this like, you know, the selfishness, but it wasn't in a judgmental way. It was like, you know, I didn't know that I was being like that, you know, and it was just this deep desire for specialness and defending that, you know, and I could see that I was actually completely innocent. I didn't do it with any malice, you know, and it was really deeply healing. And the thing is that there's been so much healing that I just felt like I wanted to, with all this, like, I want to say, like, healed self, you know, this improved self, the self that isn't where it was. It's like I just want to bring it back into the relationship to make it better. You know, I feel like I totally messed up, you know, and it feels like I just blew this opportunity at love, and that I'll never have another one, you know. Yeah.
Well, I don't believe so. You know, I believe that you are innocent, and yeah, of course, yeah, your past was made in anger. It's that past, and it's all other past too. And the relationship between the three of you sounds like a very sensitive area where the dynamics and the psychology around it is very sensitive.
Yeah.
So it sounds like lessons for everybody involved, and maybe it comes from way back or from past lives or things like that. And I think when you are in a relationship for healing with somebody, I mean, sometimes I come back to even what the Bible said, that a man should leave his mother and father and be with his wife, and the wife should leave her mother and father and be with her husband. It's quite good advice, like, because if you're in a trusting relationship, I think that the communication needs to be very deep and the trust needs to be very deep. And of course, there will come up fear and fear of loss. And it seems like the relationship with parents sometimes can be a sensitive area, because it seems like some people are still very, very attached to their parents and the parents to their children. And so to come in and be in a relationship where there is still that attachment, I think it can be a deep lesson in itself there, to communicate and to see if the other one is really ready for the relationship. So I don't know what you're thinking about yourself there, but it sounds like you have some guilt, as if you caused some problem, or even that she, I don't know, that she got sick and died, or...
Yeah, there was so much guilt around that, because I felt like, because she felt unwelcome at the house, she came and stayed with us on and off, but then she overheard an expression where because I was expressing with Richard, because we had this understanding, that we would just be totally authentic, but he just couldn't. He was struggling, and he felt torn between his mom and I. So I then expressed with another mighty companion, and she overheard. Oh, it was terrible. She overheard the whole thing, which sounded like venting, but it was really, she didn't hear what he was saying, which was reminding me that, everything is perfect and it's for me to release, and to see things differently. But of course she didn't hear that. And because she was then moving around, she seemed to then get sick because her emphysema was triggered by friends of hers who had dogs. And she was then in and out of hospital, and she actually died a week ago. And there was just so much guilt around that, like if I had been more compassionate, then, she wouldn't have gotten sick, or if she got sick, it wouldn't be my fault. She may still have gotten sick, but it feels like I was a contributing factor to it.
Well, it really sounds like you have something there. You can go in and work on the forgiveness there with this. That you're innocent. Because,
and I mean, in terms, right. So it's just looking at it and just choosing innocence, right?
Yeah, and looking at it deeply and allowing your feelings, your bad feelings about yourself, allow them to come up. And so, because we did, everybody has made mistakes, and we all made mistakes in the past. And Jesus says in A Course in Miracles, we are not responsible for the error. And the error is, is the separation, and it's played out in so many ways. And we are only responsible to accept the correction. And that's where we find our innocence. So errors, are not sins, but mistakes to be forgiven. So I think that's where you can work and release something deep. And I think maybe your relationship will start to flower again once, when you're able to release your guilt and find your innocence.
I thought I had, but I have all this emotion coming up around it. And so apparently there is more work to be done.
Well, maybe you just did it.
And just having this regret because I had so much anger and hatred towards her, because I saw her as a threat. And even though I was nice to her and, she felt so uncomfortable, and she wasn't this bad person, and I didn't get to connect with her like that because I was just defending all this specialness, this desire for exclusivity, and it feels like I lost this opportunity to really, just see her as she is and to help. She needed help and she needed support, and I just wasn't able to respond with love at all.
Well,
at all.
you're doing it now, you're really doing it now, because it's all in your mind. And, there may be regret and you feel like you should have done it before, but we all do our best. You did your best. And you couldn't have done more based on your beliefs, based on how you were feeling and thinking. So, and now you see further and you're doing it now. You're embracing her now. And I hear and feel the love in you for her. And it doesn't actually really matter if she already passed away, because, there is a connection regardless where the body is, or if the body is gone. And it's so beautiful, because right now in our call, I have the course up underneath the frame of Skype. And there is a couple of lines I would like to read. And it talks about, you would destroy time's continuity by breaking it into past, present, and future for your own purposes. You would anticipate the future on the basis of your past experience and plan for it accordingly. That's an interesting line. You would anticipate the future on the basis of your past experience and plan for it accordingly. So the loss, for example, or the doubts about the past, you think you are without a relationship that you love because of the past. And so you believe the future is going to be empty, But he's saying, yet by doing so, you're aligning past and future and not allowing the miracle, which would intervene between them to free you to be born again. So there's just a little simple shift in the mind to just remember the present and remember that concluding something about the past is not really what you need to do now. You need to release the past and release yourself from that image of yourself. And in doing so, you are allowing the miracle to come in to free you. And then it says further, the miracle enables you to see your brother without his past, and so perceive him as born again. His errors are all past, and by perceiving him without them, you are releasing him. And since his past is yours, you share in this release. Let no dark cloud out of your past obscure him for you, for truth lies only in the present, and you will find it there if you seek it there. Learn to seek it where it is, and it will dawn on eyes that see. Your past was made in anger, and if you use it to attack the present, you will not see the freedom that the present holds. Judgment and condemnation are behind you, unless you bring them with you. You will see that you're free of them. Look lovingly upon the present, for it holds the only thing that are forever true. All healing lies within it, because its continuity is real. It extends to all aspects of the sonship at the same time, and thus enables them to reach each other. So it's very powerful. I mean, you can read this. It's chapter 13, part 6.
Okay. Yeah.
So the spirit is judging you as innocent and free and absolved.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's just me that's not.
yeah. It's just your own attack thoughts upon yourself or your judgment about the past. About your past. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think wanting to make up for it, you know, wanting to make it better and yeah.
Right. Attempting to maybe make yourself innocent as best you can, but I think it's a deep experience in your mind that you can discover and feel in the present.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. You're so welcome. Shall we try the video again? See if it works better.
Yeah. I just need to... I'm in the dark here.
Oh, okay.
Because the sun has gone down.
Oh, wow. That goes...
But you can still see me.
I see you very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dusk. The sun hasn't set yet, but it's on its way.
It goes faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah, you're so welcome. I'm happy to talk with you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was... I didn't even really know like what we were going to, discuss.
Right.
I mean, besides, and then all the stuff just came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so brave and allowing it to come up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
I really do want it. Like, I really do want to have this experience and this connection with spirits, like, and I know that I'm still attached to lots of things, but I really feel like I absolutely want this because I'm just in pain all the time. I just feel like I'm in permanent pain. Just living life, even though I've let go of like worldly pursuits, there's still these attachments in the mind of what I think I need, and a relationship being one of them, and it's really painful. That's all it does. It just causes me this grief, and I really want to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you need to practice that the Holy Spirit is your holy relationship now, and really become intimate in your mind, like really feel that that intimate connection, like all the time, to practice that, especially when the doubt thoughts and the attack thought or the grievances are up. So to have that inner connection.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Just that concept, because then it doesn't feel like there's a loss. And I mean, I know it sounds obvious that we're developing a relationship, but to actually think of it in terms of like a holy relationship with the Holy Spirit is quite helpful.
Yeah. And the Holy Spirit knows what you want and what you believe you need. And sometimes when I've gone through those things, it's been like, okay, I really have to accept that the Spirit knows what I need, and what is given right now must be most helpful. So this spaciousness without relationship for you is a lot of time to look at your mind and heal some things, and that it will come. It will come too. A relationship will come. So,
Yeah. Cool.
Have a beautiful
thank you,
evening.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Yay,
Thank
thank you.
I think it was the first time we really talked. Feels good.
I think it was.
Yeah. So
thank you. I'm very grateful.
yeah, you're so welcome. It's so beautiful.